Okay, I've gone ahead and fixed the ball link on the servo arms. Let me pull out one of them. These go from the inner side for the aileron and the pitch. I wanted to stop here at this point because I had a, I had a little bit of a challenge in fixing the ball links. So for the elevator, I'm going to show you how actually I went ahead and fixed it. For the elevator, we're going to fix the ball link from the outside, unlike what we have done for the front two servos. I've taken the ball link here. This is typically what I think you guys will do. Let me keep across. Now I'm going to take the second hole from the center of the servo. Now you will see that when I try to fix this here, it usually, or rather it doesn't go very freely. So what I've done is I've taken a small screwdriver here, which is close to about a 1 mm star, slightly enlarge the hole. Yeah, I think that should be enough. Let's give it a shot here. Yeah, that's perfect. Just press it inside, and so that you can, let the threads go and start fixing inside the plastic. Go ahead and fix it. Now I'm going to pull it out right now, so that I want to put some CA. Very tiny drop of the medium strength or the medium dry from Quick Fix is what I've been using here. It's quite good. Perfect, this needs to be placed now. So I'll go ahead and take the heli. If you can see, this is from the ball link is facing from the outside, whereas the ball link is facing here from the inside. I'll go ahead and fix it at any position for the time being. We will again try to center it later, and once we start programming the transmitter. Alright, we have got the servo links in place. Now let's start building up the links for this. Alright, we're going to go ahead and now start building up the links that goes from the servo to the swash. As I told you earlier, I'm going to use this servo as the pitch servo, this one as the aileron. Obviously this one comes as the elevator. If you open up a small bag here, you get across 3 links, and this one will be for the aileron, the smallest one, so keep that aside for the aileron. The medium one will be for the elevator, and the longest one will be for the pitch. This is my setting. Now this one will remain constant any case. Now if some people want to use this as the aileron, fair enough, then go ahead and use this as the aileron. And some people, I would prefer using it as a pitch, but as I told you, somebody might use this for the aileron and again here for the pitch. It's a programming issue. It's not an issue. It's not a large issue. So from my setting again, this goes as a pitch, aileron, elevator. So let's go ahead and start preparing these links. Let me pick up the elevator first. I'm going to use a ball link plier. If somebody, if most of you, or at least some of you, don't have this plier, go ahead and pick up even this, a small nose or a cutting plier, whatever you call that as. Let's use this. Take one of the ball links, very carefully start pushing it slowly, thread by thread, till the ball link. You have to be very careful here till the ball link starts actually threading into the metal part. Go slowly. Yeah, it's gone. Do the similar thing for the others, and don't go ahead and tighten. You can see the threads here. If I can zoom in here, yeah, you can see the threads there. Don't go ahead and tighten it all the way to the threads. Just go across maybe about 5-6 turns and keep it aside for the time being. All right, I'll go ahead and fix up the links, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I've gone ahead and made the links here. Now again, the smallest one, I'll be using it for the aileron. The medium one, I'll be using for the elevator, and this one for the pitch. Now the question is, what should be the distance of these link? When I say the distance, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the distance from the center of the servo link here to the center of the servo link here. It's basically a kind of an imaginary center for this circle here. This. Now I don't have the sizes here. Unfortunately, the Hiller 450 V2 is a clone, and it doesn't come up with a manual, and the manufacturer has not given a manual. So I've gone ahead and downloaded a T-Rex 450 SE manual, and I've got these sizes here. The pitch servo link from the center. Let me pick this up. So the pitch servo is the longest one. That means to say, from this center to this center should be 45 mm. The elevator servo from the center to this center should be 40.3 mm. Now that's really being down to accurate. 40.3, it's too tough to sit and measure across on a ruler. And the aileron servo link will be 31.3 from center to center. Now fortunately is I have kind of a digital gauge here. It's a slide caliper. I'm going to use this across, and it's very easy for me to set up for 31.3 and etc. But some of you might not have this with you. So what I usually do, or I would tend to do, is I usually take up a scale or a ruler, mark across just a dot from here as close as possible, that is 45 mm, and just leave the dots here. I'm so sorry, I missed it completely. So what I usually do is I take up a scale or a ruler here, and I just make 2 dots. You can see these 2 dots here. These 2 dots are exactly 45 mm apart. Now then I'm going to take this link and I'm going to place it across over here at the center. This is pretty much close. Let me try to zoom in here. I hope you can see this. Yeah, this is almost close, except for I think I need to loosen this by, or tighten this by 1 mm. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it by 1 link. So this is what I usually do. The same thing can also be done for the elevator servo, and definitely also for the aileron servo. I myself personally, I'm going to go ahead and use my digital slider. Alright, I've gone ahead and measured the links. They all seems to be perfectly fine. I've tried to place this across on the piece of paper. This seems to be pretty fine. Again, with the help of my digital caliper, I could get across this 31.3. I think the designers had a good sense of humor of having 31.3. It's very tough to actually sit and gauge this across over 31.3. So I think you should get as close as possible, which is 31.5 if you can. Otherwise, even 31, 32 is also fine. So let's go ahead and start fixing this across in the heli now. As I told you earlier, this will be the pitch. This will be the pitch side. Let me pull out the link here. And again, just to reiterate, the shine side, this is the shine side, this is the non-shine side. Zoom in, zoom in. Yeah, you can see a kind of an shiny, I hope. Yeah, and this one doesn't have that kind of shine. It's got a kind of a small circular thing. This circular side is the B side, as what Align says again. This side is the A side. The B side is a face that goes across and fixes in the ball link. Go ahead and fix it in the ball link. So the ball link is pretty much fine. You don't have to, in fact, resize the ball link, because I really don't like the link to fall on its own weight, nor I don't want it to be too tight. So it's pretty smooth. And but in any case, I will come to a certain segment across later where I will teach you, or rather I will tell you how to resize a ball link. So I'll go ahead and start placing this on the heli. So this is the servo, pitch servo. This is the aileron. Yeah, seems to be a good fit. And the elevator servo. Yeah. Okay. So we have the links in place now. Yes, we have got the links in place now. Elevator, pitch, aileron. Let's go ahead and start fixing this swash. All right.